What stupid thing did you spend tons of money on? One of those ab belts that shocks your muscles into contracting to give you a six-pack. Newsflash. It didn't work, but it did shock the crap out of me. Cigarettes. Such a waste. It'll be 10 years since I quit next year. Damn. A metal detector for when I lost my college ring. I lost the ring during a party I threw. I thought I lost it outside and freaked out and bought a metal detector to find it. Turns out it was on my desk underneath a dollar bill. Duct tape. When I was around 12 to 13, I spent tons of money on duct tape to make wallets and shit. I was good at it, but it really was a waste. I had a crate full of about 30 to 40 rolls. Good times. League of Legends. Steam sales. A $3,500 screen-accurate Boba Fett from the Empire Strikes Back outfit. Betting that was the wrong size for my new bed. Maybe not tons of money, but too much. I spend all of my wages making sure I have somewhere to sleep, wash and eat, just so I can go to work to afford to sleep, wash and eat. About $200 worth of D&D books, figures, dice, and miscellaneous accessories when several of us from work formed a group. We played fairly regularly, but the guy whose house we played at got pissy when things didn't go exactly his way, so he stopped all games at his house. We tried playing a couple of times at other locations, but he had been located centrally, and depending on where we played, some people ended up driving more than an hour. Plus, when he quit, he took his girlfriend and best friend with him. I was really horny and drunk, so I bought a custom sex doll for $3K. Going out to eat. I always budget like $400 for food a month, and it actually ends up being like $900 because of how much I eat out. Insulin. It's stupid I have to spend tons of money on insulin. Magic the Gathering. A PhD in religious science. But the real shits and giggles, a 2011 Honda CBR 250R. I got a bunch of gold leaf from a government auction in Mexico. I have made every ridiculous mod possible to this bike, including the full body gold leaf. It's almost painful to look at it in full sunlight. It's more statue than motorcycle. College. Not that the education was stupid, and it did get me a good job, but I did it wrong and took out loans instead of spending less on dining out and other shenanigans. I definitely should have paid it off semester by semester. You're welcome, Navient. Warhammer figurines. The game was okay, but it took me far too long and far too many purchases to remember that I don't like painting. Timeshare condo in Park City. Had one good vacation there in 6 years of ownership because it was so damn hard to get an available week. At least I was well off enough to buy with cash. Never buy one of these. It's treated like property, it comes with an open-ended maintenance contract, and, unlike real property, there is no secondary market, so you can't sell it. Just don't buy it. However, since then, I've never hesitated to take their free tickets and offers since then. I listen to their pitch and then just tell the salesperson, there is literally nothing they can do, say or show me to get me to buy. I spent $350 on a box that makes my amplifier less loud. Edit. Also fucking Beanie Babies, holy shit. Company. Kane. At my peak I was dropping $100 200 week. Yikes. Completely dissolved my septum and needed plastic surgery to fix it, because I snored like a bison's mating call. I have a cadaver's rub rib cartilage in my face acting as my septum. Bad times. That is to say, the coke itself was good times. So many great memories. The nose issues were not. Makeup. This needs to be on a girl Reddit. The amount I spend on makeup is ridiculous. I have no regrets. Children. I spent $200 at Disneyland. On a bubble shooting gun. And about $180 on bubbles. 2 gallons of Dippin' Dots for $100. For about 5 people. Expensive skin care products. Like what the hell, I am still ugly as FVCK. Lol. Sims expansion packs. Cocaine. Definitely cocaine. Guns and ammunition. I spend thousands of dollars to poke holes in paper. World of Warcraft. Was legit addicted to it for a long time. Completely ignored and dropped out of my first year of college in favor of working part-time and playing WoW for about 10 to 12 hours per day. Finally broke the habit after about 6 total years of playing. Now, 7 years after quitting, I still feel the urge to go back to it sometimes. Shit is crazy addicting. I was made for this. I bought a $800 mountain bike I've used twice. A $600 camera I use occasionally. I just bought a brand new car in 2017, 23.5k. I bought a motorcycle 3 weeks ago, spent $2,500 for the bike, and another $1,000 on gear registration. My computer setup was over 4k. I spend about $200 to $300 a month on food just for work. Send help. I can't stop. Interest. When I was young and stupid, I bought a car I couldn't afford. Put bills on credit cards when I lived beyond my means because I grew up poor and was never taught how to budget properly. 5 years ago I paid that car off, still drive it to this day, and plan on driving it until it dies on me. Consolidated my CCs into a low-interest loan with automatic payments. 28 more months and I'll be debt-free. It took me far too long to understand how to budget and use my money properly. I spent £30 on Shaq Fu for the Mega Drive when I was a kid and still regret it. Saving that much took me months. A hoverboard I never got. 12-year-old me was very stupid, and I had just gotten an ATM card to cash out of my saved up money in the bank. So browsing Instagram one day, I see an ad for a hoverboard for only $100. Of course though it's a scam company, which I believed. I proceeded to buy one of those Visa gift cards for $100 and DM the Instagram account my card's info. One day later and my card history said it was all spent at Walmart. However, when I messaged the account who scammed me, they convinced me that something just went wrong and I should redo with a new card. So for some reason, stupid 12-year-old me got another $100 card and sent all that info again. Same deal. I lost $200 of my $1,500 savings account on an internet scam. Yeah, I learned from that mistake. Fast food. Everything Disney I bought when I used to work for Disney World. They know what they are doing, they really do get you there. Like I clearly don't need a lightsaber, talking Yoda, or large Mickey Mouse plush. But yet I have them. And I have to explain to everyone who visits my apartment. Bath bombs. It's literally money down the drain. A Snoop Dogg concert. Snoop was so fucked up on something that he didn't sing a single word. Someone stood behind a podium with a MacBook and played old Snoop songs over the PA. Snoop hobbled around on stage and threw joints from a bag at the same people in the front row over and over again. Every now and then he would wobble over to the mic and yeah, something like a hype man like yaha, that's right, etc. Still feel betrayed to this day and get irrationally upset when the Reddit hivemind praises Snoop Dogg on a daily basis. Textbooks that the prof never used despite being required. Uber fucking eats. Goddamn that app edit. So thrilled my most upvoted comment ever is talking about what a drunk, stoned lazy bastard I am. At least I'm not alone. Also first silver. Thanks kind sir or miss. Encyclopedias. The lady was just so convincing and my husband swore I'd use them for my classroom. Maybe use them once in a year. Buy $500 edit. I bought them last summer. I grew up using encyclopedias, but I bought a set of Ask Me's last summer from a girl from Europe. I have an art degree edit. Wow, this sure blew up. For those of you interested, I have been working as a carpenter for the last 10-ish years, and have been doing alright for myself. My girlfriend and I just celebrated the 1-year anniversary of us buying our first house the other day. Instead of buying me gold, consider supporting your local animal shelter and/or food bank. $1,500 hair extensions. I hate myself for doing that. I spent $400 on a cowbell signed by Will Ferrell. To be fair, it doubled as a donation to charity. Still, regret. LuLaRoe fucked that company. My marriage $15k wedding, $60k in debt. $341 for the divorce. Booze. Fucking alcohol. I don't even want to know how many tens of thousands of dollars I've dropped on it. Was it fun at the time? Sure, I guess. Except the hangovers. And regrettable behavior while drunk. And it eventually screwed with my brain chemistry so much that it changed my personality, and I became depressed and riddled with the anxiety that I thought I'd been drinking away. Turns out it just makes it worse in the long run. A friend once said getting drunk is basically just borrowing happiness from tomorrow. True enough, but the trade-off isn't fair at all, and ultimately if you use it frequently it's just purely destructive, even if it does provide a few laughs at the time. So much money spent on that stuff, but I've been sober for 6 months now, finally feeling almost normal again, and I'm never looking back. I bought an AUD $450 bong, then stopped smoking weed. Laser hair removal. $1,500 and didn't work. Clash of Clans $200. I spent thousands on Domino's past few years. Small cheese pizza. Every time. Even when the medium or large was cheaper. A really strange preference I could not get rid of. It started when my father passed unexpectedly from cancer, and I found myself too depressed to cook. He was the person I talked to most. Had it once a day on really bad weeks. Been eating more diverse meals lately, but I still have some cravings. Ironically gained weight when I quit the trend, haha. Luckily the staff were super chill. Although they had so many new hires, I'm convinced I may have funded them myself, haha. My suspicions weren't far off as it turns out. Later, the manager personally thanked me and said I helped the business a lot. Not my proudest feat. I dropped $1,000 to own this Nazi German Shepherd puppet https://imgur.com/a/z9sps from the show Danger 5. It was a lot of money, and such a stupid thing to own, but it was worth it for me to own such an iconic prop from one of my favorite TV shows. For those of you unfamiliar with the show, it's a hilarious Australian comedy about a group of spies who are trying to kill Hitler, but the show, at least the first season, is shot like it's from the 1960s. Here are some of the scenes featuring my puppet https://yahoo.b/rkjlmveqd0. An acceptance letter from Hogwarts for myself. College lol. I haven't done this in a while, but I used to spend ridiculous amounts of money commissioning artists online. While it's not really a stupid thing to spend money on, because I like to support artists as much as I can, it got to a point where I was spending half of my wages or sometimes more on them. Honestly, it was almost like I was addicted to just throwing money at artists to see my characters portrayed in different genres and scenarios. I still enjoy looking at the various pieces I commissioned, but every time I see them now I can't help but cringe at how many there and how much money I must have spent in total. Super easy trap to fall into if that's your thing. A sofa. $700 broke in a year and a half. Was never jumped on or dropped. I wanted to invest in nice furniture, hoping to have it for 10 plus years. So frustrating. Went to a different city to meet a girl I met on internet, booked flight tickets and hotels on advance for 3 days. She didn't turn up. This is one of the biggest regrets of my life. Custom curtains. Buy them at Target or if it's a fancy room, penny. Donating to a political candidate.